head out?
Let's go.
Look at us. This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh? Well, that takes the keg.
Burl, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith. Well, there are obviously more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you fought one of them.
Almost didn't make it. Whatever the rebels did, it took down our shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
What?
Hello, Verbena? What do you have for me?
I checked everywhere, still no sign of the asset. Can we call off this pointless search already?
Let's not forget who...
Oh, the snow's dampening sounds. The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is. An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. Weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off. Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area? All right. I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Osram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing that you said could be here? The Luthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl. That's a long way down.
Something tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever it was, it must have been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. If any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go. There's some kind of old-world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the Proving Lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent the distress signal.
Maybe. Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console. This was a Far Zenith research lab. Looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthia's gone?
If it was ever here, then probably. But then why were the Zeniths still searching for the asset? Let's keep looking around. I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up. all this, find anything that might tell us what the asset is?
I don't think so. This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around. So, how is Erend taking all of this? Really?
Well, Gaia, the Zeniths, the Focus, it's a lot. But when I caught up to him in the Daunt and said you needed our help, he dropped everything and turned around.
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure. The control console. To access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
Well, let's find out. This'll be in my stash when I need it.
$236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't there a number in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
Nothing.
$236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
How about this?
Empty again.
$236 containers in storage. Please enter the container.
Okay, let's try this.
Nothing. What about that number in the distress signal?
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container.
Maybe this one.
Nothing.
$236 containers in storage.
Aloy. It's you. Skin's like ice. Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Far Zenith. They are ruthless, and they have Aletheia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least they don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck. And goodbye.
So she's...
She's still alive.
We need to get her back to...
Oh shit, they can fly? Aloy. Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Erend?
2 of those Spectre things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
I'll protect her.
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl on the clone. Here it comes! Ugly one, aren't you? There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
Get back up top and deal with that other Spectre. I just hope Erend stays in cover.
Aloy!
Erend!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight. I'm almost there.
Just hurry.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Erend. I'm here.
Watch out. That thing's shooting down the center.
Stay put. I'll see what I can do.
The second you need me, I'm there.
Shields down. It's on the move.
I got your back, Aloy. Aloy, get out of there! Aloy, she's... Look, I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon. If I can figure out how that thing works, maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all. No. Damn it. Well, it's better than nothing. I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze. If we can replicate it, maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone, too. Varl, where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the control room.
Okay. I have to get the weapon fragment to Gaia first. And check on the clone.
Is your focus acting up again?
That's fine.
Welcome back. Aloy, I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment, I will scan it. Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Based on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Aletheia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better check on the clone before I head back out there.
Yes. She retreated to the maintenance corridor directly below us. Varl is with her.
Right. Thanks, Gaia. Hey, Gaia.
Hello.
When we were at there were records that said Far Zenith were researching. I know they traded their ectogenic chamber, but why?
At this point, perhaps at one time they meant the Odyssey necessitating as their goals evolved.
So they got more selfish as... I should be going.
Goodbye.
So the old ones painted their faces with something called makeup.
Errand?
Huh? I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's two of me.
There's two of you! At least you seem to be handled.
I wouldn't say that. Did you...
She didn't really wake up. I thought it'd be better. No use. Crap.
What you reading next?
I saw a guy... rods being used to harness. Guy reminded me of a cup. Thought he could trap lightning if he went up the tallest. It ended like a lot of...
What are you working on?
I'm still figuring those two lovebirds, but to be honest, all the little symbols. But I'll get up to...
I have to get...
Don't go causing...
Aloy, you're back.
Yeah, I'm just,
You mean after meeting someone like you, but guess this...
Little?
Varl said she...
Maybe. You said you...
Varl mentioned she was hurt.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan... She looks like she's barely seen...
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings. I wanted to understand why... Imagine my surprise when I looked into this and found out it helped, in a way, the Utaru o Hephaestus as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia... Learn anything interesting?
There's been much to read up on now that it's hard to imagine that machines like storm birds... I used to be terrified of them as a child, but everything Gaia creates had...
Yeah. And I need to get going.
May the land... Aloy, there are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
Aloy! Glad you made it back okay. She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury?
Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome.
I don't understand.
Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant.
Is there anything that can help?
Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Booting up.
So, Aloy, I suppose you want information. About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago?
That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed.
So Far Zenith established a colony world after all.
Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable.
Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves?
Not their descendants.
What?
Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You didn't know?
How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves?
I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
And you? Does that mean that you were...
I'm not like them. I was made. on the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function.
Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it?
When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate, but why?
When they took me on mission, I saw how they didn't seem to care, so then they can redesign it.
Mass extinction for their own comfort. Well, without... The Zeniths needed Elizabeth trained you, and you...
They told me I was born. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her. That's when I started to realize I wasn't, that they must have made me, so I could do what their remote reboot Earth, for their own benefit.
So you know...
It was speculation. Self-destructed after operating efficiently for Gaia would have only undertaken such a action if it had... That was more dangerous than I should have realized the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek.
Yeah, well... Surprise. So we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people. What else do you know about?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful. They controlled almost every major... Gerard commands them. The others, Eric, they resent his authority over them, but in the end...
Eric. He's the one I fought.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah. You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go, I couldn't see anything outside. But they were discussing setting up a perimeter, repel the local... I'm certain they have other security measures to...
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back, plus infrastructure to gather material.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space. Other survivors of the colony.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Syria...
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Syria. I've speculated that it... or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any...
They said the only thing that mattered, first Earth, 1,000 years.
Guess they survived old age. How did you escape?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, even if I were to run, then I saw you. So when the Zeniths pinpointed,
You said you saw... What did you do?
Whenever I was taken, only one of the Zenith...
The one the rebels killed.
Baina's dead.
I'm looking into it.
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eleuthia back to Bain, I also sent the Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eleuthia fast.
Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth.
The Zeniths had an updated version of the one you found me. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how...
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed.
You said you spent years. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts. Aristotle and Aspasia would assign me learning modules and evaluate...
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. All right, I think that...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the
How did you know? Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb it.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. To a single location, of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are. You were supposed to be further along by now. Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me.
They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything...
Hey! Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, Expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to... I'll check on you later.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here.
I'll come back later and talk to her.
So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more subfunctions to get.
Bam! Whoop-a-da!
It's a little loud, Aaron.
I know. It makes you want to punch something. More like someone. Oh, you're the one that helped me find it. People make mistakes.
Hey.
Nothing, some rest. Are you okay?
Just...
Fair enough.
It's good to see you.
We're learning I've actually been looking through the data to thank her for helping me. Something from the old world. Instead, I found out that if you ask me, stuffing a dead ant, anything, really.
Maybe Gaia can help you. How's...
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. Then Zoe said something about 2.
I see everyone's settled.
Zoe's planning on says a home should always spring. I asked Aaron to help find some.
Still, it's not... I should get back to the wall.
I'll keep an eye on Beta.
Okay.
There is something it's about the land.
You said you wanted to talk.
I think there's once again provide. Gaia gave me a set of instructions. If we deliver it to the land gods...
That's great.
Maybe. Unless the code is given by Hephaestus. Gaia showed me a way around. We need components called machines similar.
You mean Grimhorns?
Yes. Gaia helped me look...
So, kill the machine, then use them to adapt the reboot.
If all goes well. But...
We'll do it together.
Bless you, Aloy.
I'll let you know when I...
Good. If we can...
Looks like some of the holograms are working now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful war map.
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, but I must ask.
It's hard to explain.
Good.
Maybe. Have you had a chance?
Briefly. He fought well against Regallus. Are all Nora as skilled as the 2 of you?
I'm not exactly one of them. They managed to push the Karja from their lands.
I thought my tribe was the...
You said you were training with the Focus?
That's right. I've been watching holograms. They are faster. How many do the Xen...
I'm not...
I would not wish...
I'm with you there. Getting Ether out of the Grove made for quite a spectacle.
One that showed the entire tribe, for it is now blessed.
You said the...
Yes.
That's all you're gonna tell?
Fine. As you wish. As I grew older, Kote took... I fought by his side against the... and led my squad on a dangerous... It was I who opened the east side.
That must have gotten you some...
Indeed.
Then why'd you leave?
I became...
When we were at the Bulwark, Hikaru also mentioned... What does it mean?
The visions tell us, and... for us to emit... And it is why the challenge... Many times I am met the feeling of freedom.
Why did you leave the Sky Clan?
I was sent to the Kul. Back then, I would have obeyed. I was too blind. Fear of a rising young... I returned a hero from the back. Never occurred to him that I...
Why did Tekote think you would...
Tekote knew I'd be forced to forsake. I'd never be allowed to challenge. After our victory, said it would be selfish. Even though he knew perfectly well it was exile. So I became a marshal.
I'm sorry you had to go through...
I am not.
What did Chief Hikaru...
You spilt rebel blood. There was little...
Well...
Indeed.
I need to go.
On your way.
I see you, champion. Sit. Choosing the right rations can be just as important to your chance of survival as choosing the right weapons. If you want food that'll save your life out in the wilds, go northwest to Saltbite. The cook there, Pintala, she'll whip up a meal for anyone who needs it, to Nox or not.
I'll make sure to pay her a visit if I'm out that way.
You shouldn't miss this chance to trade.